What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, I've been on the hunt for a silent box miner that uses an okay amount of watts, but nothing too extravagant. And you might be asking why. Like, what is the reason behind this? I actually made a post out on Discord and on Twitter and YouTube looking for this exact model, and lots of you guys reached out to me, and we actually did some trades. I traded some hardware for some others, even though it was a better trade for some people than others. And I bought some on eBay as well. I even got some broken ones too, to see if I could fix them. All right, so what's the backstory? Well, a relative offered to host a number of my small box miners at their business. They own the business. They said, hey, you can put a number of these there. They've heard that I've come out of power and I'm kind of looking for opportunities and options. But there were a few stipulations. So first one, had to be able to plug into a normal outlet. Weren't running any 240 volt, not setting up any new breakers, anything like that. No dedicated space. So it's not like I could have like a mining room or a grow tent or a shed or a container, nothing like that. Had to be put in an office setting. The second thing was that it needed to be almost silent. And that was a big one, where it was like, man, what can I find? I mean, they don't even want to hear the fans almost. I was like, dang. And then finally, lower watts that weren't going to pop breakers and things like that. So I was like, okay, what can I find out there that will accomplish this? And do I have any hardware that'll do this now? Over the years, I've done a number of hardware reviews with companies like 𝐏𝐸 and 𝐈Polo and 𝐼CEriver and Jasminer. And all those miners are fantastic. But one of the challenges that I've run into is, well, just like this unit here, as close as this is to low watt and the fans are not super loud, I did quite a bit of testing and, well, this is too loud. This 𝐈Polo here would be a great option to stick in an office setting, let it run for eternity, and yeah, it would be awesome. Except the fans are too loud, and even if you crank them down, this still gets too loud for an office setting. I mean, we're talking practically quiet. So what did we decide to do? So I went on the hunt and I found two different miners that I was eager to get my hands on that were practically silent, that used low watts. Any guesses? Well, pause the video, leave a comment down below. All right, so let's dive into it. So we have a number of boxes here. Actually, I have it labeled. Got this one here off of eBay. This one here, we actually did a trade with fellow Discord member 𝐕𝐢𝐝, so huge shout out to him. And finally, we actually had another community member, Troy Boys, who actually sent us a full box of this hardware of broken ones that just don't work, and was like, hey, if you can get these working, they're all yours. We'll talk about these accessories here in just a minute. So let's get this eBay one opened up and we'll talk about it. Before we go too much further in today's video, I want to give a special shout out to the team over at Jingle Mining for sponsoring today's video. I've had the pleasure of working with the team over at Jingle Mining for the last 3 years as I've grown as a content creator and a home crypto miner, starting with the 𝐋₄ then moving on to the 𝐋₄Q, and finally the new 𝐋₄ These miners, hands down, are some of the best, most efficient, most reliable, and some of the quietest miners in the industry. If you're in the market to purchase your next crypto miner, go over and check out Jingle Mining. They now carry some of my favorite ASIC miners like Jasminer, 𝐏𝐸, Bitmain, 𝐼CEriver, and many more. Go check out jinglemining.com via the link in today's video description and use the special code down below to give you a discount at checkout. All right, so while we open this up here, a little backstory. I did already open this and test it before doing a video here, because that would have been funny if it didn't work at all. But you know how with eBay, like, you only have a certain amount of time before you can report if the product doesn't work. So I wanted to make sure that I tested it. So first off, this should give you a decent hint of what we got going on here. And finally, here she is. So it's an 𝐈Polo, and you might be, look, it's actually a little beat, but that's okay. Look at that, our antenna's working, which is good because we want Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is perfect for this scenario. So it's an 𝐈Polo. Now I'll explain in more detail, because as many of you know, there's all different models of the 𝐈Polo units. And well, what did we decide on? Well, two different pieces of hardware. This is the first one. So what do we have here? The 𝐼Polo V1 Mini Classic Wi-Fi. Has to be the Mini Classic. And you might be going, well, what's the deal? What's so grand about this unit here? Well, give you some stats. This is a low one, 130 mega hash. And it does only 103 watts. And that's one of the reasons why we picked this. Because it uses such low watts, the fans spin down to practically nothing. And I'm actually going to show you. It's absolutely amazing. So I went through 4 or 5 different 𝐼Polo models that I had, testing them out. They all would ramp up constantly. This was the only model that didn't. So I found this one on eBay, went ahead and ordered it. We've plugged it in already and tested it, but let me get it plugged in. I'm going to put a decimal meter to this, and I'll show you exactly why I went with this unit. All right, so it's been about 7 minutes right now. We've been up and mining around 130 mega hash on this 𝐼Polo miner. All right, let's take a look here. Going to be quiet for a second. Check out this reading. 38 decibels. It's bare. You can't hear anything. I hear like a tiny, tiny, tiny little hum there. And we take a look at the wall. At the wall, we're at 118 watts currently right now, which is awesome. So this is miner number 1 that I went ahead and purchased. I have a few more of these actually that I picked up, which I think will be great. And you might be like, what are you doing? Like, these things are barely profitable. My goal is to plug these in like long term and put them in place, just let them sit. The nice thing is I can get access to them and throw them onto unminable. I could, do all different things with these, put them on 2 miners to Bitcoin. I can mine Ethereum Classic straight out. There's just so much diversity that you can do with these 𝐼Polos, and they're pretty cheap on eBay. So let's see what we have over here. All right, so we actually traded this other Discord member of mine in my community, 2 other 𝐼Polo miners. They actually hash at better hash rate than what I traded him for, but I was okay with because I wanted that quiet miner. Holy cow, this is like amazing packaging. You got not only like this like sandwich of bubble wrap, but now we have even more here. Holy cow. All right, we got, jeez. All right, let's pull everything out of here and then we'll take a closer look. How's that sound? Oh, what do we got in here? Oh, this is the other unit. Oh, this one's heavier. All right, let me get this unpacked. All right, so let's take a look at this one first in the 𝐼Polo box. Looks like you got it from 𝐓𝐨 Mining at first. Ooh, look at this, another 𝐼Polo. Oh man, he's still got the original box and everything. Let me see if I can get it out of here. There we go. Check that out. Now, do I recommend you go out and buy these brand new somewhere? Absolutely not. That's why I like traded these or bought them off eBay and things like that, because I'm like, I'm not going to buy brand new units, especially right now. A lot of these 𝐼Polos are still priced brand new, like super, super expensive. Oh, look at that. Man, he even had the little antenna cover still. Dang, this is impressive. All right, so we got a second, dude, this looks brand new. A second 𝐼Polo Mini Classic Wi-Fi. A little dirty here. Man, come on. Nah, this is awesome. Great shape here. So this is the second one that we got and that we are going to set up in the same capacity. So this one, okay, this is the second miner. Same as we said, same model as that other one, which is awesome. But what was in that orange box? Let's take a look. All right, so what's in the box? Let's see. Oh, it opens this way. Let's flip it around. I have never owned one of these before. I've seen boatloads of these. I have several other models, but never something of how low a watts this is, as well as this model. Any guesses yet? Look at this thing, guys. Do you guys know what this is? Oh my gosh, this is much heavier than I thought. Let's take a closer look. Now, what do we have here? So this is from Jingle Mining, and this is the Jasminer X4 brick. Guys, look at this thing. This thing has been around for quite a while. This only uses 30 watts. Can you believe it? Now, It also only does 65 mega hash, but still, this thing is awesome. I've always wanted one of these, never really had a reason to buy one. This is perfect. This is actually like pretty heavy duty too, which is awesome. So this will be a lot of fun to get into. Another practically silent miner. So I'm eager to get this booted up and tested out. This will be a lot of fun. So to wrap things up, what do we have here and what do we got over there? So more fun things to come. Heck yeah. All right, so, oh, this is an empty box here. Add that to our pile. All right, so, oh my gosh. This is a mess. Oh no, the box is falling apart. All right, let me put the camera over here. All right, let's dig into this. So, community member, oh my gosh. Troy Boys sent me this. He said he had a number, oh my gosh. He had a number of iPolos that just didn't work anymore. And look at this door. I got a door here with this box. A number of iPolos that don't work anymore that he's tinkered with that he couldn't get working. So we've got like, this is a box here. Look at this, full of iPolo fans. Never even taken out one of those before myself. So let's see, what do we got in here? He sent me these entirely free. So thank you very much. This is awesome. So this is an iPolo. Let's find out. I don't even know what like models these are or anything. I told him what I was doing. Oh, nice. So he has, okay, so this is the iPolo V1 Classic. So this is not the Wi-Fi one. This might just be the Ethernet, but this is the 130 mega hash one. So this one might be silent as well. We'll have to test it out. That is super cool. What else do we have in here? Looks like we got one more miner in here. Yeah, dude, there's so much packing in here and stuff. Jeez. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, just the power bricks. Oh my gosh. What's this one? Let's find out. Ooh, we have an antenna. That's plus. This unit was like crammed back in here. It's like stuck. Get out of there. Oh, okay, so this is an iPolo Mini Classic Wi-Fi. So this was the model with the Wi-Fi that we were looking for, which was good. We can get by with the Ethernet one if we can fix it. I've never actually replaced the fans, but you can actually see in here, like this looks like brand new. So this should be really interesting. Quite the haul. This is a lot of a mess, but we did pretty good. So a bunch of used older equipment. I'm okay with it. Our goal is, as I said, to put it in a setting to set it and forget it. We do have to kind of tinker around with these. I want to try older firmware. Troy Boys said that he kept on getting the fan errors on these. So there's two things we could do. We could send them away for repair. iPolo will repair them. I've had that before. However, what I found more recently to work really well on these is actually setting them back to the original firmware. The original firmware on these iPolos works so much better than the newer firmware. It's so much more stable, believe it or not. I think it's like version 78 or something like that. So I'm gonna try to test those out, see if I can get those working. But what do we got over here? So I bought these Wise outdoor plugs. I'm actually gonna use them indoor, but these work awesome. I've used these with a few different settings that I have mining equipment that's remote. And the way that these things work is they plug into, there's like a picture here, they plug into a normal outlet, and then you have two outlets on here, and they're in the Wise app on your phone. You can connect it, via Bluetooth, and then it actually connects via wireless. So I'll be able to do this wirelessly at the business where these are at. And each of these plugs is seen as like a separate device, so I can turn them off and on as needed. So if I see the iPolo like isn't showing up on the pool or something, or having issues, I can go in on the app, turn off one plug, turn off the other. So I bought 2 plugs, which will give me 4 total, which will be awesome. The other thing I want to show you guys was I bought these to play around with. Do you know what these are? So a normal outlet, which is great. So if you guys are running any of these box miners and such, but check out the other end. What we got here. So this is actually for a PDU. So I thought about putting some of these that I have other places, like in here. Like I got my Ice River KSZero Pros in here, and some of these other rigs. They're right now plugged into a normal outlet, but I could bring them I could wire them over to this PDU, and check this out. That just goes right in there. It's like a barrel converter and goes right into a normal outlet plug. So I thought this was pretty slick. These were actually recommended by 𝐓𝐨𝐼𝐶𝐞. So huge shout out to 𝐓𝐶𝐞. He was running these in one of his videos I saw, and I was like, ooh. So I hit up 𝐓𝐶𝐞 and was like, where did you get those from? And he's been running these for a while. So I was like, heck yeah. All right, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today. More just a vloggy style video. I'm looking forward to this, kind of getting into some more of this older hardware, nitty gritty stuff. And I'm not looking at profitability here. So like, if you're the type of miner that chases ROI, can't justify buying the hardware, this is going to be a tough video for you guys to watch and actually agree with. My goal is to get these in place, set them and forget them and just let them run. You know, not paying for the electric or anything like that, and they'll be silent, which is my entire goal. Well, if you guys want links to any of the stuff that I put in today's video, I'll put them down below. Keep in mind, some of these units you can't even buy new anymore, so you have to go buy, you know, find them, but at least I can get you to like the specs and things like that. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys next time.
Are high energy rates cutting into your crypto mining profits? Introducing Terra Hosting, your solution for first-class, hassle-free crypto mining. At Terra Hosting, we specialize in hosting services tailored for GPUs, ASICs, and AI machine learning. Say goodbye to skyrocketing electricity bills and noisy, heat-producing hardware. Our unique service offering combines low electric rates with a community blockchain-oriented data center, while ensuring your equipment stays safe and secure. With Terra Hosting, you simply set it and forget it. Contact us today to learn more and get answers to all your questions. Terra Hosting, trust as a service.